Sunny, and welcome back to I just sit in front of the camera and talk about college for X number of minutes. I thought it was about time to do another college-related video because I like doing those videos, and even if way fewer people watch these college videos compared to people who watch my RVB or Ruby or whatever related videos, I like being able to help people. And I've met a couple people on campus at my school. Y'all know I go to RPI. I've actually had a few people come up to me and be like, hey, I saw you on YouTube, you're that person with the channel and you did this video and this video, and I've had one or two people be like, oh my god, I love your channel, and it makes me so happy, and I know that I am impacting real people in a way, and it is just awesome. And I know my college related videos, especially about my school specifically, have helped people who now I meet on campus. So I like making content that people find useful and enjoy, and it helps them. I like doing stuff like that, so I'm going to be doing another one of those today. So like I said, hi, I'm Sunny. I am a senior at RPI in New York, and I'm actually finishing my undergrad a semester early, so by the end of this year I basically should be done with my undergrad, but then I'm going into a master's program also at RPI, so I think I know a decent amount about RPI and the college experience in general. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about how to avoid the freshman 15, and I don't know exactly what the title of this video is going to be yet, but basically I have gained no weight in the 3 years so far I've been at school. I entered freshman year about 117 pounds, and last time I weighed myself like a couple months ago I was like 113, and I don't think I've gained a lot at all since a couple months ago. So I think I have a pretty good grasp on how to avoid the freshman 15. But just some disclaimers before we get into this video. I am not a physical or a mental health professional. I'm not here to give you nutrition advice or anything like that. These are simply a lot of the things I did and I've been doing throughout college to avoid gaining weight, and I wanted to share what I did with you guys because maybe some of these tips will be useful for you. So without further ado, here are my 8, that's 8, right? I can count. Here are my 8 tips to avoid the freshman 15. My first tip is to walk around your campus instead of taking a shuttle or a bus whenever possible. So for example, when the weather is good and I'm not in a rush because I slept in too late and I have 10 minutes to get to my class, which is up a big hill, I walk to places that the shuttle could take me instead. So for example, when I'm going to a football or hockey game here at school, I try to walk from my apartment to the stadium or to the arena, and that, from where I'm currently living, is a 25-minute walk that gains about 20 building floors worth of elevation. So like when I'm walking up that hill, I feel it in my calves, I feel like I'm getting a good leg workout there, and it also gives me time to enjoy outside. But my recommendation is to try to reach 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day just from walking around your campus instead of riding a shuttle, and to take the stairs of a building instead of an elevator if you get the chance. Tip number 2 is kind of similar, but I guess I wanted to specify it as a different thing. I don't know, I wrote some notes and I'm just reading off them at this point. But number 2 is to vary your routine. So for example, go explore new places to work or study in, and don't just get in the habit of always like going to class and then staying at home for the rest of the day and just doing everything in this chair at your desk at your room, which I'm doing right now. So it's really easy to get stuck in the routine of, like I said, just going to class, then as soon as you're done with class you just come back to your room and you sit there for the rest of the day studying or watching YouTube or whatever. And if you start doing that, that's less time that you're up and walking around and getting some like physical activity and getting however many steps in a day. So I recommend to try to explore your campus and find different places to work or study. For example, it has been shown that studying for an exam in the room you're going to be taking it in may help you remember more information while you're taking the exam. So for example, instead of just studying for, say, a calculus test in your room, try going to the room you'll be taking the actual test in when there's obviously not a class in there, and study there, and that might actually help you remember your calculus more when you're actually taking the exam. Basically, this tip is just saying spend more time walking around outside and varying your routine so you're in different places. You're not just just sitting down in one room, one building all day, and you're not spending too much time just like sitting around in general. My third tip is to explore the area around your school. Like maybe the area has fun things to do, such as parks, movie theaters, shopping, museums, restaurants, sports, etc. And so spend some of your free time, maybe especially on the weekends, exploring these things without taking an Uber or a Lyft. But just in general, getting off campus for even like little bits can really be good for your well-being. I know when there are long periods of time where I'm just stuck on campus for like an entire week, 2 weeks without leaving campus, I get kind of crazy. So I really enjoy my time off campus. And for example, here at RPI, downtown Troy has a farmers market on the weekends. So that's been really fun. I've started going to that, and I'm able to walk, get away from my apartment, get away from campus, enjoy downtown with real people, and just change of scenery. And I think that's been really good for my well-being. So maybe something around your campus is there and you can go explore those things. Number 4 is I recommend to watch how much you're eating, but you don't really have to worry about counting calories at all. And this tip is kind of self-explanatory. Overeating and even undereating can both be unhealthy and lead to undesirable weight changes, but just pay attention to how much you're physically eating, like how much is physically in your stomach. Be aware of that. And for example, like when I'm eating, as soon as my stomach starts to feel full, I stop eating, because I know there's a little bit of a delay between how your stomach feels and when it travels up to your brain. So if I'm starting to feel full, I know that in about 5 minutes I'm gonna feel way more full, so I try to stop eating as soon as that happens. So for tip number 5, this one's gonna have its own little disclaimer, and you'll see why in a second. This tip is to avoid drinking a lot of alcohol. And here's the disclaimer: I don't drink, I never have, and I never will, so most of my information here is from me talking with other students and obviously internet research. Just drinking a lot of alcohol won't make you gain weight on its own, but it's a combination of other factors like what you eat with your drink, the alcohol content, the sugar content, and the calories in the drinks, and how your body personally metabolizes the alcohol. But obviously, if you're drinking a whole lot, there is a much higher potential to gain weight just from the drinking, and generally, the rule for most things, drink, food, or otherwise, is everything in moderation. So I know a lot of people love to go out and party and get wasted on the weekends. That's fine, but if you're trying to avoid the freshman 15, don't like just go out and like drink constantly, because you'll probably gain some weight from that. And I'm just taking a guess here as well, but if you spend a lot of time getting wasted and then the entire next day it's hungover and you're just chilling, resting in your room, chances are you're not going to be getting a lot of physical activity, so that could also possibly, if repeated tons of times, lead to gaining weight. Tip number 5 is to join a sports team or a club that gets you out and exercising for like one or like preferably a couple or a few hours every week. And being in a club or on a team can not only be great for mental stimulation, it can be relaxing free time or just a break from studying, but it's also an opportunity for more physical activity depending on the type of club. And for example, I've been on the equestrian team here at RPI since the start of freshman year, and it's been great because it's a guaranteed 2 hours of physical activity. It's also off campus, so it's great in both those aspects. And that 2 hours of exercise per week is not counting additional gym time that's required outside of riding. So it's just a great combination. It's a great way for me to kind of temporarily forget about things that are going on at school. And it's just like 2 hours a week. I'm away from campus, which in and of itself is great. I'm around animals, which I love, and I'm riding, which is great physical activity, and it makes me feel better. I've also this semester started taking 2 dance classes, and it's great, and it's such a fun way to get exercise. And colleges usually have tons of sports teams and club sports, and so there's certainly something out there for everyone, whether or not you have done a particular sport or activity before or not. And hey, joining clubs and sports teams is a great way to make new friends, which can be difficult for some people, especially like me. That's part of the reason why I joined some dance classes this semester, is I just need more friends and I like dance, so I was like, why not? Tip number 6 is to watch what you eat and drink, which is kind of similar to an earlier tip, but this is more focused on what exactly you are eating, not how much. So obviously junk food is not as healthy as foods like fruits or vegetables, so try to eat less junk foods like pizza, burgers, potato chips, ice cream, etc. And I know dining hall food can be pretty shitty in terms of healthy options, but most places usually have a salad bar or some kind of healthy option every day. Try to go for those more, or have some salad or fruit on the side with whatever else you're eating, just so you're getting some of those good nutrients. And sodas and fruit juices usually have a lot of sugar, so try to drink just water with more meals per week. And you're probably not drinking enough water anyway, so that'll be good for you in both ways. Or you could try sugar-free options for sodas. I know when I really want a soda, sometimes when I go to like a football game, I try to get sugar-free, and it doesn't taste as good, but I feel really guilty when I drink like an entire bottle of soda that has that much sugar in it. Nobody is perfect, and there's nothing wrong with a cheat day here and there. For example, the other day I was just like, fuck it, I had 2 slices of pizza and a Dr. Pepper, which was not sugar-free, for lunch, and then later that day I had ice cream after dinner. But try to avoid unhealthy foods and drinks for a couple days afterwards, like after you have a cheat day. For example, I still feel guilty that I ate so much pizza and Dr. Pepper and ice cream the other day. So last night for lunch I had a salad and a vegetable soup, and then for dinner I had chicken with rice. So I felt better because I was eating healthy, and I was like, I'm getting rid of some of my guilt for eating so much pizza. The second to last tip, which is number 7, is find time to go to the gym, and maybe have a gym friend to go with, or just to hold each other accountable for gym time. So going to the gym and doing actual like thought out workouts is definitely more rigorous than just walking everywhere like I talked about earlier, and sometimes it can even be more rigorous than the club or team sport that you're with, and it can help improve your performance in that club or team sport as well. And there's a variety of ways at the gym to lose or manage your weight, such as cardio to everything in between to lifting, stuff like that. And I personally try to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week for an hour each time, so that's like 4 to 5 extra hours of gym time a week. And this, alongside my other physical activities, I'm doing a lot of exercise per week, usually anywhere between like 5 to 8 or 9 hours a week, depending on my schedule or like if I'm sick or something like that. And I know not everyone enjoys working out with someone else, but if you do, working out with a friend can add some enjoyment to an otherwise mundane or just plain exhausting time at the gym. And there are some partner workouts there as well, so if you and a friend really want to get into the gym, I recommend doing that. But just having someone to go to the gym with at the same time, but not necessarily working out together, can actually help hold you accountable for going to the gym. Your friend will be like, come on, we gotta go to the gym. I know you're feeling lazy, but we're gonna do it. And this can really help hold you accountable, or just like encourage you into going to the gym, even if you don't want to, but it's healthy for you, so you should do it. Or if you can't or don't want to go to the gym for any reason, any day or any time, that's okay. You can also look up tons of exercises online that can be done from the comfort of your dorm room or from your apartment or from any other location, and many of these exercises can be just as effective as those you can do with equipment at the gym. And finally, my last tip, which is number 8, this is 8 fingers, I can count. Stay on top of your mental health and avoid stress eating. Transitioning to college is difficult for many people for many different reasons, ranging from academics that are more rigorous than high school to simply being away from home. And I just want to say that you should never be ashamed for reaching out for help or just trying to talk to someone, whether it be a friend or a therapist or a counselor. Mental health issues are rampant on college campuses, and asking for help or support does not make you weak or anything of that sort. It actually shows that you're really strong and you want to get better if you ask for help. So I went to a therapist on campus at some points during my freshman and sophomore years here, and I just recently started going again in my senior year, and it's helped me a lot with my anxious tendencies and rough periods in my life, so I definitely recommend talking to someone. Even talking to my friends sometimes about how stressed out I'm feeling about something, that really helps as well. So if you're uncomfortable going to a therapist or a counselor, find a trusted friend you can confide in. Now, I want you to know that when I talk about stress eating, I'm not talking about eating disorders or anything of this sort. I am in no way qualified to talk about that, but I'm talking about like casual stress eating, I think, like stuff that I do when I'm stressed. Like, for example, a couple weeks ago I was really stressed about something, I was feeling really crappy, so I was like fuck it. I had some ice cream and then I ate 2 bags of kettle corn like from the microwave, and I really shouldn't have done that, but I was just like, it makes me feel better, so I'm gonna do it. And that's the kind of stress eating I do sometimes. But I recommend, and what I've been trying, is to find another activity to relax with instead of stress eating, such as just taking a break from what you're doing, from what you're studying, take a nap. College students love naps, me and myself included. Go on a walk, enjoy some time outside, go to the gym. I know some people don't like going to the gym because they think it's like stressful and they're already stressed, but actually exercise is really good for like clearing your mind and feeling less stressed. Or do something creative, such as writing or making art. Those things have also really helped me. Yes, I write a good fan fiction sometimes, or I paint something when I'm feeling stressed. These things that I've recommended have really worked for me personally, so just try whatever helps you out the most. Like, what do you do on your free time? Do that when you're stressed, and just do it to relax and step away from whatever is stressing you out, because that's really important. If you're stressed about something, like if you're stressed about a test and you've been studying for it all day and you're just still stressed, like, it's not going to help to keep studying. You need to take a good break from that. So that about wraps up my 8 tips for avoiding the freshman 15. I just realized I look hella tired. Like, I'm fine, I got some sleep, I go to bed late, but like I slept in today. I'm just like, these things are permanently here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was kind of helpful. And like I said in the beginning, I am not a health professional, okay? These are just things that I did freshman year and things I've done for the last 3 years to avoid gaining weight in college. Just find what works for you. I wish you the best of luck. I know freshman year can be super stressful in a variety of ways. You'll get through it. You are strong. You are awesome. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.